Okay, so if we do this in minor, we're going to have essentially the same thing because the fifth relationships totally still apply. We're going to end up with the same chords, but they're going to have different qualities, right? The majors and minors are going to be different. So let's give it a shot. Okay, so let's do this in C minor. Oops, I wanted to leave an empty bar there so I didn't collide. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's try this in C minor. So we're still going to start on C, E, G, and we're effectively going to have the same thing. So let's see if we can see what we're doing. Then we have our 4, F, A, C. Then we have our 7, B, D, F. Now, our 7 we could do two different ways. We could turn it major by adding this D sharp because we tend to do that in minor keys. Or we could leave it exactly as is and it would be a major 7 chord. Or sorry, not a major 7 chord as in a 7th, but it would be a 7th chord that is major. Let's leave it as is for now. And see what happens. So then we would go to our 3 chord. Then to our 6 chord. So we went up a 5th here. It's totally okay. Or sorry, up a 4th here. It's totally okay. And then we'd have our 2 chord. Diminished in this case. And then our 5 chord. And our 1 chord. So the same notes, except I put a new key signature on it. And now things are a little different. Let's hear it. Right, so it sounds a little less resolved. Let's label it. I'll skip putting it in good inversions for now. So this is going to be 1. And this is going to be 4, and it's minor. And this is going to be 7. But it's a major 7 what we've done here because we have B flat, D, F. Remember, this is flat. So we could raise that and make it a diminished chord, but let's leave it. Let's be all natural with our natural minor. Here we're going to have 3 chord, and it's going to be major in this case. Here we're going to have our 6 chord, and it is also going to be major. Oops, I wrote 4, 6. Here we're going to have our naturally occurring diminished chord, our 2 diminished. And then here we have good old 5. Now this is going to be a minor 5 if we're not raising our leading tones, right? Typically, in this case, we might want to raise this leading tone. Let's actually try it both ways. So now we're back to 1. So let's hear this as is, and then I want to raise that leading tone and hear it again. See, this doesn't feel as tonic. That's just a thing in minor keys. It's just the way it goes. But let's raise this to a B natural. Now let's hear it. See, that helps a bit. We could raise that B here too if we wanted. Let's just raise all our leading tones and see what happens. We should do it here too, which would make an augmented chord. Yeah, let's do it. What the heck? Yep, that augmented chord is a stinger, isn't it? I'm going to leave those and just put that on there. So now we need to change that to a major 5. So that's what it is in the minor key as well. Now, what's cool about this is that you've heard this chord progression before, probably, but more commonly, what this is showing us is very typical progressions, because you're seeing a whole bunch of 5 relationships all at once, like 6 to 2, 5 to 1, obviously we know. 7 to 3 is a 5th relationship that can be useful. 1 to 4. These are all good things we could do. 3 to 6, 2 to 5, 4 to 7. So let's look at some of these progressions just in the forms of 2 chords and just kind of pop them out as 2 little side-to-side chords that are really handy for us to use in chord progressions.